hello. How are you? Good morning. Welcome to bmascraftycorner. I'm Bema, better known as Els, and we are working on a steampunk journal. Not this piece. This is the one I'm doing off camera. Let's get that out of the way before we get weird. All right, so we have all kinds of stuff. How was everybody's couple of days? You know, your weekend, my weekend. How was my weekend for you? I put up with sick Hubbard. And if you know men, that means bibby. He was a bibby. Big old baby. Hello, Arlene. Hello, Miss Gypsy. Okay. There it is. Okay. Kitty tried to steal it. Alrighty. So today, thanks, we are going to put in our flips and stuff. Then see where we go, you know? All right. So here's the book. All right, we have pieces that match, so we can figure out what we're going to do with these. Get this out of here. There we go. Okay. All right. I think we said we wanted to use the little ones, so let's put the big one away. Okay. All right. So this, let's figure out how we're going to get this in here. All right. So this is our front. I don't want to do a flip on the front page. Maybe on the back. No, I think we kind of have to do this on the right. Yeah. I mean, we could do it on the left. Just fold it over the other way. We could do it this way. And then it would flip open and have pockets on the inside, as opposed to pockets on the outside. So do we want pockets on the inside or pockets on the outside? I think we need to decide. Let's think about it. All right. A flippy flappy journal-y thing. Okay. Let me get my bone folder here and press this down. All right, so if we put this on like this here, we'd have our first page, and then when we flipped, we'd have this that would flip out and have our big, you know, these things in there. Okay. Or we could just put it on the correct side, and you would turn the page, and then you would have this with the tags. And then it would flip that way, which would give us a bigger page here. We're putting it on this side. Yeah, I think the pockets need to be on the outside. That way they don't catch on anything. You know, we can better monitor where they're going to hit. All right, so let's put this puppy together real quick. And then we'll glue it. Okay, so bring this up. unfolded this. Now here's the best part. Because this is, we could use tape. We don't have to glue on this part. I mean, we do on this part, but we wouldn't have to on this part because there wouldn't be anything touching. And we'll tape this up. Yeah, we'll glue it. What the hell? All right. So we're going to glue this down. Very little bit of glue here. Close to the edge. Okay, so now, are these still going to fit? Because we might have to make them thinner. Okay, they're still going to fit. But we now have to look at size. So let's take this one off. And we're going to put a new top on this because I don't know about y'all, but I'm not cutting all of this. Yeah, just not. So we're going to use, we have some like envelope type cut pieces. So we're going to use some of those. So this one, all right, so we have one down here. If we can get this slide. I don't like these slots. I don't like these slots at all. I like my slots to be a little bit wider. Okay, so this one can't go up past like here because that's where that is. So I'm going to put a mark here and a mark there because that's the top end of that. And then this one will go all the way down there. And that means the top end of this one is going to be about there. And move it over so we can see. About there. Okay. And then this one's going to be the tall one. But if I cut this part off, this is going to go too far in. So we could glue this part down here, like at the bottom of this one, which means that our tag would be, there. This one would be more like here. And this one would be very, kind of the same size. I'm going to glue that. Don't ask. It's just going to happen. It's just going to happen. If I can get the glue to work. Why do you have to be so difficult? Just come out of there. Look, there we go. Okay, so we're going to lift this up. Should have done this before, but brain was not working. Okay, here we go. Okay. So we move that part down. I do not like these. I don't like these lines. I don't. But, we're going to work with it. We're going to work with it. Okay, so we got that one. With this one. With this one. And then, I don't know. I think we're going to glue this tuck closed. I don't know. But we're going to put this on here. So let's get the pins back in everything and the covers back on everything. Let's do some measuring. Yeah, I could cut the bottoms up, but here's the thing. See, I like the tops, but I ain't cutting this. And I'd have to cut this to get, to make the paper look right. I'm doing it. No. All right. So we need, this one is about 2 1/8. Let me get my pencil. Where did I put it? There it is. 2 1/8 by, get this out of the way. Look. This one is about 4 3/8. This one is 1 3/4. 1 3/4. And 1 3/4. All right, so we need 3 pieces that are 1 3/4 by 4 3/8, and then one that's 2 1/8 by 4 3/8. Okay, that seems logical. Okay. This will work. Okay, so we're going to cut this down. Sorry, guys. I have a banger of a headache today. And so I'm just trying to, get through the day kind of thing. All right, we need to be at 4 3/8. Let's see. Where does that put us? Oh, this part. All right, now we're just going to have to go the other way. Here we go. I'm going to take this part off. Hey. Okay, there we go. I'm hoping I get Buggy this week. I'll know tomorrow. Because I really miss that kid. Okay, so we want to go, I want this. I want the penny for it. So I like them. All right, so we're going to go 4 3/8. 4 3/8. Right there. Oh, see, that's better. And we got the piece we want. 4 3/8. Now, the first one is 1 3/4. One and 3/4. And 1 3/4. It's that bottom one that's a pain in the butt. All right, so we have those. And then the bottom one is 2 1/8. 2 1/8. That's the line between 2 1/4 and 2 1/2. 2 and 2 1/4. Okay, so that's our bottom piece. Let's get this out of the way for the moment. All right, now we're going to ink these. We're using this. What is it? Scorched timber. I don't know. It's like a gray brown. Oh-dee-do-dee-do-dee-do-dee-do. So I just took my pills, so hopefully my head's gonna stop here soon. I got up late this morning because I didn't go to bed till 1:30. I was being lazy. No, I was up playing the game with Hubbard last night. He finally slept for the first time in like 3 days. I mean, like slept. Now, here's the best part. Okay, so Hubbard and I are two fat people. Um, you're so sleepy. I know. He so we're two fat people and we sleep on a queen. I know. Like everybody says that. Everybody's like, you should have a bigger bed. You're fat people. You'll sleep better on a bigger bed. No, we don't. We've tried. You have no idea how many times we have gone to like a hotel, you know, like when I'm traveling and he comes with me from time to time, and I'll book a king size bed. I've done it before. You know, we book a king. Here's the problem with that. We can't find each other on that bed. We like lose it. Like we are all over that bed all night. Just kind of trashing around trying to find each other because we're used to sleeping and being, you know, touching. So we can't sleep on a king. So we're two fat people and we cannot sleep on a king size bed. So last night he slept for the first time since he got sick and he starfished, which is fine. I really do hate these slits. Let me see if I can get this open without doing too much. Nope, it's gonna trash it. What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? Because I don't like this at all. Because I'm going to take this out. I want to open them. I can't. I just can't. And I should have done it before I closed them, and I didn't. So there's that. All right, I'm going to have to get it open because, well, maybe if I punched it. Maybe if I punched it. Hi, Mari. Hey, we might be more fun in color. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put the paper on it, and then I'm going to punch it. If that doesn't work and it comes out caca, we'll see if we have another one of these. If we don't, I'll get out some 12 by 12 and build one, you know? But let's try putting these on and then punching them. And maybe that will help. Yes, I know I should have done this all before I glued it. Shush. Oh, no. Okay, here we go. Ready? The first one's the most important because it's going to give me my lines on both sides. Tells me where to go, you know? Oh my God, I saw this paper set that I have right here on Temu. And I ordered a paper set from them. And I got it. And then realized exactly who it was ripped off from. And I went, oh no. So I just wanted to see. So I did the return on it, you know? And when it asked me for the reason, I put that it was stolen. You know, that it was stolen graphics. Just to see if they would do it. They absolutely refunded it. Bye, honey. We love you. Hi, Marie. You snuck in. I didn't see you. Hi, baby. How you doing? How you doing today? Huh? How's everybody? How's the kids? We all good? I'm not going to ask about my friend because I don't think she's at the eye doctor with her boy. No, she's not at the eye doctor with her boy. Probably at home with her mommy and daddy. All right, so we're going to put some finger notches in this and see if it helps. Which should we use? Small, medium, or large? We have that fancy. We could do that fancy one. What do you guys think? Do the fancy one? You know, the one that kind of looks like this? Should we do that? We could do that. Or we could just put, you know, finger nips in it. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, to make a decision, to make the decision, to make the decision. All right. It's just the flu. Honey, everybody's got the flu right now. I got it. Hover's got it. Even my hairstylist has it. Wait, don't be wiggling. Just to wiggle it, just a little bit. All right, yeah, we're just going to do regular notches. I think that's going to help. But it's kind of tight, so we'll see. I glued that bottom down. Hi, Christine. Are you okay? Just say you're okay and we're good. We're just checking in on everybody after the storm. Are you okay? Oh, well, that's lovely. Thanks for sharing. Oh, guess what? We're not going to be able to get this one on because I put that stupid thing in there. It's got to go just a little bit more. That's all we get, guys. Literally, it's like a half a nip. All right, we're going to see if we can get this one in there a little further. And maybe get that. Because it's kind of tight. That's what these are. Okay. Here we go. I need light. I can't see crap in there. Oh, hey, light. All right, let's take a look. What do we got? All right, I think we're going to get this one in here a little bit better. Oh, yeah, that worked. It's a little deeper than the others, but, you know, what do you want? 6 of one, half dozen of the other. We're going to do this one. Okay, so that's going to be the half. We want it less than half. We're going to go here. They're close enough for hand grenades and horseshoes, right? Right. Okay. All right, now, put ink. A little ink. All right, this is a lot tighter than I had hoped. But, you know, we're going to work with it. There we go. And then this one. Okay. We're just going to remember to make these, you know, just not so decorated. All right. So this one's going to go down to here. This one's going to go down to here. This one will go here. So it's a short one. And then this one is going to go to the bottom. So this one here, we're looking at like, you know, a journaling card kind of thing. Something small. And then these two can be larger and this one can be kind of medium. Okay. Let me see if I have the dies here because I might have put them in the other room because I'm an idiot like that sometimes. So let me look. Okay, let's see. Not there. Not here. No. 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 Ha! We have it. All right, so we have these that we can use to make our tops. Right? And the best thing is because we have these, we can actually, cut our paper the same way. I know I marked these. I do not see marks on 2 out of 3 of these. Oh, way up there. Okay. All right. Let's get these out of the way. Let's get the die cutting machine, which I do have here because I was making pockets. Don't shame him. He's still a good boy. He is. He's a good boy. All right, so we're going to kind of go like right there. I'm going to be sort of in the middle. Oh, you know what? I want to cut the paper at the same time that I cut this. So, yeah. Where's my scissors? All right, so let me cut this. There and here. Yeah, it's not a straight line. What do you want from me? Okay, so that's the piece. So it's got to be there, just like that. Okay. And I'm going to move it over just a little bit. There we go. I'm going to cut this a little bit wide. Cutting it a little bit bigger than I want it to be. And then if I can find my pencil again, there it is. I'm going to mark this on both sides so that I know where my edges are. I'll mark all 3 just to be safe. Okay. So now we have that, we have that, we have that. Where's the thing? Here it is. Okay. Yeah, I know. Everything's got to be difficult, right? I have to make stuff so difficult. Okay, so we're going to go right about there. Okay. Now we just got to get the plate on without screwing it up. Yeah, that's going to happen. Okay, let's see how we did. Okay, that part's gone. Looks like we got it pretty, spot on. Okay. Get this part out. Get these 2 parts out. Oh, yes, it's going to be perfect. Perfect. Oh, yes, perfect. Okay, here we go. What is her name? Boris and what was that woman's name? it's not hard. Trust me, these are not hard to do. Okay, so now I'm going to cut this down according to my lines. And then from there, we will be able to measure. Okay, so we want this to be a 1/4 of an inch less. So that's pretty easy. We just bring it down a 1/4 of an inch because we want it to be an 1/8 all the way around. And we're just going to take that part off at the bottom. There we go. All right, so we got that part off. This is such a pain in the butt, right? All right, so we're still straight. We have a little bit here and a little bit there. Now we want to take off from the sides. Just a little bit on that side and a little bit on the other side. So what I'm going to do is get out a different trimmer because I need to take literally an 1/8 of an inch off. Kind of off of each side. Now, whenever you're working this close to the edge, don't try to come from the edge, okay? You want to drop in your trimmer blade in the middle. Otherwise, as small as this is, what it'll end up doing is you'll end up like gaping right there. You'll gap on that. It'll like bunch up and you'll get that really jaggedy yuck. Don't do that. It's just a little thing from me to you, okay? And there we go. Now we have, oh, beautifissimo. All right, let's ink. Yeah. I use a lot of gloves. I do. I get them at the Mexi-Mart down the street, the warehouse place. Don't say anything. It's actually called Mexi-Mart. I think they wanted to put Maxi-Mart up there, and the E was cheaper. I don't know, but it does. It says Mexi-Mart. But then I don't know. Maybe it was that one because they sell, they sell like it's like they have a lot of like tortilla presses and stuff like that. So I don't know. Maybe it is Mexi-Mart. Maybe it's intentional. I don't know. All right, we're gonna put a little bit of ink on this as well. There's this very nice older Hispanic lady who works there. She's a sweetheart. And every time I go in, she's always so nice. And she's always so happy to see me. Oh, I haven't seen you in so long, mija. Because I only go in like once a month. But she's an absolute doll. I love her to death. And she can always help me find what I'm looking for when I can't find you. She'll be like, hold on. I know we had that. Hold on. Let me get it. And she'll like call one of the boys from the back. And I say boys because they are. They're like, they're like 15 and a half, 16-year-old kids that do all their stocking. And she'll call them up. She knows exactly where it is too. She'll be like, honey, I need you to go in the back. And you just go right over here. And then you go in that box. It's the third one down. And like, she knows exactly where everything is. Ridiculous. She reminds me of my ex-husband, Stias. We were still living in Tucson. And they were all still alive. I need you to go up in the attic. I want you to go 4 feet back, make a right, go over 2 boards on the left-hand side. Like they knew exactly where everything was. Just do what I tell you. Okay. All right, so this one's going to go at the top. Let's put it down there. Oh, it's a beautiful thing. Look at that. It slides right in. and just sticks out a little bit at the top, which I don't know if that's going to interfere with the book. We're going to find out. Because if it is, I'm going to take a little bit more off. I don't know. We're just testing. Let's close the book and find out. No, it's just like it's right there. Okay, we're good. See, we didn't take that measurement into account. All right, so we have that one. Now we're going to do this one. I don't want to do it with the same top, though. What top are we going to use? We could do this one. This one's fun. Yeah, we'll do that. Now, if you don't have these dies, if you have a border punch, use a border punch. You can do the same thing with a border punch, okay? Maybe we'll even do one with a border punch. I'll go see what I got in the box. Maybe we'll do one. Okay, so the next one is this one, okay? So we've got that like right there. That's where we're going to take this one off. So we need paper for this one. So we're going to use a piece of this, I think. Okay. We should have measured that. That would have told us what we needed. Let's measure it. Because then we can do the exact measurement, you know? We don't have to do all the messing around. We already did it. All right, what do we got? We have 3 5/8. 3 5/8. I know. Hush. All right, 3 5/8 by it's like 6. Well, it's like 5 5/8, but we're going to cut some off. So we're going to cut it at 6. Then we'll line it up down here, cut it up here. So we need it at 6. So let's decide what we're going to use. I like this right here. So let's get rid of that and keep it. And this needs to be what? What did we say? Oh, 3 3/8. Okay. 3 3/8. Let's see. Beautiful. All right, 3 3/8. By, I think we said 6. Yeah, 6. 6. We're gonna measure again because my brain does not work, you know. Use the right side of the ruler. Yeah, 6. So, has anybody been watching Bridgerton? Take this part off. I want the birdie. So, but I want that too. So, we're going to go right there. See, that cuts my train in half. And I like the train. All right. We have to decide which is the lesser of two evils. Let's take this piece off the bottom. Keep that. Okay. And we'll go to 6. It's just going to cut the bird's head off. We decapitated him. Us and Ozzy Osbourne, what can I say? We're going to take most of it off anyway when we do the things. Okay. Where's our tag? This is the one. All right. So this is... there. See, because we're going to take most of that off. Because this is going up, so we're going here. Okay. So we're going to put that up a little bit higher. Get there straight. Put this up. Do this. Do that. See, I measured for that, and then, you know.
Go potty. You don't have to go potty? Come on.
I could have gone wider on this, but I'm okay. Here we go. There. There. We're just trying to get kind of even space between the two sides. I think that's pretty good. Okay, here we go. Put this down, and go. Okay. I can't put these in crooked, so you're going to get that chunk. Sorry. All right. Die down, die down. Where'd it go? Yeah, there it is. Okay. All right. So now let's put this back on. We'll ink everything. Keeping that. We didn't have to decapitate the bird. Okay. These. I cut this a little too narrow, but I'm okay with it. you know, because I want this train. So I don't care. Oh, okay, so we're gonna take these off because I put little pencil marks on here and they show. So get rid of those. Probably gonna take this down a little bit in width. So I'm not real worried about it. So I'm just gonna take a little bit off. Again, just a tad bit. So what are we gonna do? Bring our blade in. Drop it in. Okay? To this side. See, it's not even straight to begin with. There we go. Okay. Now let's try. I could bring it in a little bit more. I'm just gonna, yeah, right there. All right, let's see how we're doing. A little bit more on this side and we're done. What? I measured bad. Great. Okay. So I went and got a haircut this week. Finally, because you know I didn't get one because I was sick. I totally screwed that up, but I don't care. I was sick last week, so I didn't go get a haircut. So I go in to get my haircut, and my girl was like, "Where you been?" I was sick. She goes, "I know, I got it right now." I was like, "I know, like you want to beat your head against the wall." She's like, "Yeah." I said, "I know, it sucks. It's the damn flu. Everybody's getting it." So, and Hubbard and I keep giving it back to each other. So there's that. So I go in and I get in the chair and we're shooting the crap. She's telling me she's going on a trip. She saved up enough money to take her boyfriend on a trip. And they've been together for quite a few years. Now, mind you, this is the young lady who's never done a gypsy shag before, or what they now call a wolf cut, which is the way I wear my hair. So when I first went in there the very first time, she was like, very nervous because her mom, I guess, wanted the same cut and she wouldn't do it because she was afraid that, you know, she'd screw her mom's hair up. I said, well, okay, you can practice on me then. Let's do it. So she does this wolf cut gypsy shag thing, and she does a really damn good job at it. Okay. And she tells me that the salon that she works in, which is not really a salon, it's a Supercuts. Okay. But I was desperate for a haircut, so I went in there. I don't normally go to Supercuts. But, all right, now this one is going to be much shorter. I don't know that I want to cut this down, but I'm going to do it. You know, what the hell? We can probably get both of these out of one of these. So I go in and I tell her what I want. And she's like, okay. All right, so this one goes all the way down because that's where the fold is. So here's the line right there, right there. So that's where we're going to cut this one. What do we get? What do we get? We get this. This will work. Yes, this will work. Okay. So let's go this way. So she cuts my hair and she did a fantastic job. So I was like very happy. So I've been going back to her. I've been going to her for about, I don't know, close to a year now. I even took Shay in there for a cut. But they also don't want her, like, she's not supposed to, they're supposed to do, like, you know, now I know I put marks on this. Where the hell did they go? There they are. They're supposed to just take, you know, the next person who comes in the door kind of thing. Like, they're not supposed to have people that request them. I don't know. Their manager's an idiot. I'm not sure. But they're just supposed to do like the rotation thing. Okay, fine. But here's the thing. When people go get their hair cut, they tend to find somebody that they like. And that's the person who they want to cut their hair. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want just anybody cutting my hair. I know how she does it. She knows how I want it. That's the person I want to cut my hair. So I make it a point of going in there on Monday because I happen to know she is the only stylist on Monday. Nobody else works on Monday. Just her. So I know that I'm going to get her when I go in there on a Monday. So I go in to get my hair cut. And I'm sitting in the chair. And we're having a nice conversation. We always do. And she pays particular attention to, you know, what I want. And she loves my hair. So she spends the first 5 minutes just going, oh my God, I can't believe this. It is so pretty. Oh, and it grows out so great. And she's like, and my mom loved it, by the way. I was like, very good. So we're in there and she goes, oh, I got to tell you. I was like, what? She says, I'm getting engaged. What? So apparently she saved up enough money to take her boyfriend. They're going up to Bryan Head because they both like to snowboard and stuff. So they're going up to Bryan Head and they're going to go snowboarding. I know. Like, they don't want you to have like a rapport. I'm sorry, but guess what? So that's why I go in there on Monday because there's really never anybody there. It's usually like me, her, Hubber, and like two guys that want shaves. You know, like they want like a cleanup on their already too short hair. Excuse me, on their gentleman's cut. It's actually what it's called. So we're in there and there's nobody waiting. It's just me, her, and Hubber at this point. Because I told her, we'll take the guys first. Even the guy that walked in after me, I was like, no, go ahead, take him first. So we're sitting there and we're just shooting the crap. There's nobody else in the shop. And so she goes, I got to tell you, I'm getting engaged. I was like, really? She goes, yeah. I overheard my boyfriend's best friend and his girlfriend, and they were talking about how he's got this whole thing planned for when I take him up to Bryan Head. And I was like, well, that's fantastic. She goes, you're the first person I've told. And I was like, well, I am so happy for you. Oh my God. Because I've seen her boyfriend. He's just so, they are adorable together. And you know what I mean? Like, when you see somebody and you can tell their body language, he's so into her. It's ridiculous. So we're working on getting, finishing the cut, and so on and so forth. Oh no. That does not want to go in there. Needs a little bit of a trim on the edge, I think. Oh, I don't want to do this. I do not want to do this. Well, we're going to do it. There we go. All right, it's a little small now. We'll just put some ink on it. Nobody will ever know the freaking difference. So then she tells me the next piece. And she goes, oh my God, I'm going to put my phone number on your receipt. I said, okay. She did it. Because I was talking to her a couple of months back when I went and got my cut. And I was like, you know what? You don't need to be here. You need to be someplace where you can actually, do what you do. Because she's really good. Like, she very much listens to what you say. She will try new techniques. She wants to spend time with her customers, and apparently she's gotten in trouble there because she wants to spend time with people going, okay, well, what do you want? What is it that you're looking for, and how do you want it to look? And so she has this conversation with her customers, and apparently her boss doesn't appreciate that. And so she's gotten, hassled about it. And so she took a jump. She didn't just rent a seat, because most salons you rent a chair and you have to pay for the chair, and that's like $300 a month. It's nothing. No, she rented a whole room in a salon. She got 2 chairs, one for shampooing, one for cutting, and she has the extra. Well, she's got the shampoo chair. She's got a regular chair. She's got an extra chair so that, like, if she's doing a color, that person can be processing while she's doing another quick trim next to it. She went over, she painted her room the color she wants. She's got a bunch of plants and things that are going in. She's going to put in some aromatherapy. She's got a nice couch. She showed me pictures of everything. And she goes, make sure that you text me, because I'm going to be out of here on the 16th, and I want to be able to, make sure that I get you in, because I know that you come in every 3 months on a Monday, so I want to get in a standing appointment for you so that I don't have to worry about it. I said, honey, I love you to death, but I'm not going to be able to afford like $100 a cut. She goes, no. She goes, it's going to be $30, just what it is now. I'm going to charge you $30. And I was like, okay. She goes, because you're the reason I did this. I was like, excuse me? She goes, when you came in and told me just do what I felt needed to be done to achieve the look that you wanted, and you were so happy with it, and then I had the confidence to go home and do it to my mom. She says, that was inspirational. That was like, and it was what I needed to get out of here. So I jumped and I took it, and I was just so happy for her. And she is doll. She is an absolute doll. I love her. Just a doll. Yeah. So she's independent. She's very nervous. But I could tell that the customers that come in on Monday, those people come in for her. You can see it because they all know her by name. They all say hi. They all talk to each other. So they've all bumped into each other a few times before. And she's better than that salon lets her be. She just is. And there are some people, there are stylists out there, hair cutters. I wouldn't call them stylists, but there are hair cutters out there that they go through school, they learn the techniques, and that's it. They cut. And they're okay. They go to Supercuts and they use the stupid comb, and they, you know what I mean? They follow the program, and they don't really do anything else. I've actually gone into some of those like Supercut type places and told them what I wanted, and they were like, no, we just do trims. Like, that's it.
Or they look up your numbers and they just ignore everything else you tell them.
Yeah, or like Mike goes in, he gets a regular cut, and he uses a certain guard on each section of his hair, and they just ignore it. He went one time without me, and normally when he cuts his hair down, he shaves the back and sides, and then the top is very, very free-flowing because he's got naturally wavy, curly hair.
I do.
So usually,
got the Superman cowlick in front.
Usually it's just like cut it to like 1.5 inches and then texturize it. And then, he can comb it back if he wants to and have his hat on. But when he goes out, he can put a little gel in his hands, and kind of gel it out a little bit and then brush it through so that he has that soft wave in his hair, and it looks very nice. The one time I sent him, the girl looked on the screen, saw what he used for guards, what they've used in the past for his guards, and cut his hair, came home, he was damn near shaved, bald. What was it, like 6-8 weeks, honey, to grow it out?
Yeah, probably.
It was ridiculous. But for like that 6 to 8 weeks, he didn't want to take his hat off at all because he looked stupid.
I don't know.
And he knew it. you know?
I'm rarely without my hat anyway. You know?
So she is in a salon. She's in an actual salon where she's got her own room. So when you go in, her name's on the door, and so you know where you're going. You just go in and go right to her room and knock on the door and go in and sit on her couch. And she goes, I'll be with you in just a moment. And she doesn't start with the crap. She's like, do you have an appointment? Yes. Why? Because you're my stylist and you know that I come in every 3 months on a Monday. So you're going to set that appointment up for me as a standing appointment and you're going to know that I'm going to be here. Oh my God, I love you. And if for whatever reason I'm traveling or something when my appointments comes up, it's either going to be before or after. So we finished up and he goes, she goes, now you need to take her to lunch because haircuts are traumatic. And I said, well, he's going to take me to lunch. We just don't know where we're going. So we go outside and we're standing there. And we're like, well, we could go over there and get a cheesesteak, or we could go right there and get a porta sub. We decided to go get the porta sub, but we had mentioned it inside. She goes, oh, that sounds good, porta sub for lunch. So we went down, we got our porta sub, and I bought her a $15 gift card, and I took it back over. And I walked in, she was with another client. She goes, oh my God, is something wrong? I said, no. I walked over and I handed it to her. I said, go buy yourself some lunch. And I left, which basically worked out to about a $25 tip for a $25 haircut. You figure it out. But yeah, she does fantastic stuff. And I love her to death. And I cannot wait to see her room when it's all done and go and see her in her very own, where she's her own boss. That's a big jump for a young girl because she is young. She's in her 20s.
Yeah, I wouldn't put her above 25 at all.
Yeah, she's like 24, 23, 24, somewhere in that neighborhood. But an absolute sweetheart. And just the very thought that, she's got her own space is freaking awesome. All right, we're going to cut this one, I think, like right there. I'm not going to get rid of these. We're going to use them because I do like them. I just don't want to replicate them in paper, if you know what I mean. All right, so we're going to take this one. We're going to take it off right there. Right there. Okay. So we're keeping that. We'll make ephemera out of it. All right, so what do we got here? We have 1, 2, got 2 3/4. Yeah. So let's just go make sure we get that line straight. 2 3/4. There we go. 2 3/4. Okay. And we're going to take this down just a little bit because we know that it's a little too wide. Because I did this really tight. I should have done it loosener. I should have loosened this a little bit by like pressing it in when I was gluing it down. And that would have given me a little more room in the pockets. Or used this. There's like 1/8 of an inch right here. And I didn't use it. And I should have, because I could have moved this over a little bit more and made these pockets more spacious. But I didn't think about it when I put this together. So it's a little snuggy buggy. Yeah. So that one goes right there. And I think on this one, I don't know. This one, I think we're going to go ahead and use a punch. Give me just a second. I'm going to go grab my punch, my border punches. I'll be right back. God, I'm getting old. All right. So if all you have is a border punch, we can try to use one of these. What do we got? Oh no. So for a while, Fiskars did this, and then they didn't. Where you just bought this part? Then they didn't. Okay. So if you find one of these that the piece comes out of, then you have this. Now, if this breaks, you don't have to worry about it because this can go into a different one, you know. So now we're going to do our edge, and we're going to do it with our paper. I think we're just going to use this piece. So let's bring it over to about there. Give it a line. Cut that off. Let's check for width. Yes. Okay. So right there, putting it in here. Now, here's the trick with border punches. Now that I have my regular, you know, my first cut in, get rid of that. You turn the punch over. Okay. Move it over, making sure that everything's lined up. Punch. And then we're going to go the other way. So we're going to put this back in. But be careful. We're not going to push it in too far because we don't want to make it crooked. Bless you.
Thank you.
But we want this to be over here because we want to be able to see. There we go, right there. And that is how we get that perfect alignment. Okay? Just a trick from me to you. Now, I don't like this right here, so I'm going to probably take that off. So let's just trim that off. I don't like it. When I'm doing this, because I can't use the line up there, I use the line on here to give me a straight line, if that makes sense. There we go. Get rid of those. Now we will ink and glue. Everybody say bless you.
Thank you.
Yes, tighter and less dimensional would be better for this. Because I like steampunk, but I think of steampunk more as a you know, like it's more scientific. So it's more linear, if that makes sense. Even though I know it's fantasy. No, I really believe that people are walking around using these things. Like Adam West. Okay, now let's put this on. So then we came home from getting my hair cut. And I had Hubber do my hair. Yes, because I'm a vain bitch and I dye my hair. However, you know, it used to be Dr. Pepper Red. And as my hair has gotten gray, I have decided that it's best if I embrace my natural color, which is blonde. I know. So, there we go. Now, these are craft paper, so I'm not worried about the backs of them. As far as being able to write on them, you can write on that, so I'm not worried about it, okay? Let me get this guy out of the way. So we came home and he dyed my hair. Now, he used to do the red. No problem. Not a problem at all. I'll put these away. So yes, if you have these kinds of dyes, you can use them. If you do not have a dye cutter and you have some, border punches, you can certainly use border punches to get the same effect. Okay. Hi, Jamie. So we came home and he dyed my hair. And he's been dyeing my hair forever. Yes.
Well, now that it's dry and everything, I really haven't had a chance to look at it since it dried up. It's not too bad. Still don't like the way it covered.
So he dyes my hair. And we dye it with this color.
She picked it.
There it is.
Oh.
Now, mind you, my hair was gray at the top and blonde because my natural blonde is coming in. So we get this one, lightest golden brown. Thinking, because we see this, we're like, okay, it's a blonde. It's going to work, right? No, look at this shit. It is mousy brown. This does not match. It's brown. There's a very little bit of yellow highlight in it. I'm not happy. But I can't do shit about it because I just colored my hair. So I have to wait, a few weeks. All right, so we're not going to get rid of these.
One of those deals where it's going to take the color from the base hair and mess it all up.
All right. So now we're going to glue this onto here. And then we'll do the paper because we still have to do the back of it. Okay. So let's get this glued down. So I'm not happy. Just not. All right, wedging to reduce bulk.
Sorry.
Okay. So now, let's bring this up. I'm going to bring this in. I want to line up this bottom piece. Bring that around. And then I'm going to put some clamps on this. Well, I'm going to try to put some clamps on it. Here's one. And here's a big one. Okay, let me do this one. All right, just put a clamp on it for a minute. So I don't have to sit there and hold it. Okay. Very cool. All right. All right, so I had my breakfast at about 11:45, so it's time to take my sugar. I apologize. But while we're waiting for that to dry, I'll take my sugar. All right, so we're not going to get rid of these because we're going to use them to make some ephemera. Why not, right? Because they're cool. And we can use them like tabs. Ow! Sound effects are important. See, I started off, my blood glucose was low this morning, and now it's high. So, we're just going to fight about it. right, so while we're waiting for these to dry, so what can we do with these? Well, we can use these for bases. Let's get rid of this little pencil mark. And that one. There we go. That one's good. Fabu. Because I don't want to waste these. And I personally think this would be a cute tab. You know? So I think I'm going to cut this one down a little bit. It's kind of wide. All right, so let's take it down to like 2 inches. Okay. Yeah, that'll work. That one's good. And I really like this one. Even though it has this line on it, it's going to work. Watch, you'll see. All right, so now we have these. Let's decorate them. Where's the stuff? Where's the decorating stuff? Over here. Okay. We've decorating stuff. Ooh, we have our metal pieces too that we pulled last week. And paper. All right. So let's see. Get rid of this piece real quick. And then, who are you growling at? Hush your mouth. Growling at me. You just growling in general to hear yourself growl, sir? He ain't growling at me. He ain't that silly. Okay, let's see. Like, I want... So we're going to cut this there. That way. Get that put away. Let's see. So I'm going to put this on here. So we're there, there, and no farther than there. Okay. So we take a little bit more off here. Let's see. A little bit more off here. Now this is just tearing paper to achieve the look I want. A little bit more up here. Perfect. Now we'll ink this. I went on Temu and realized I didn't have an order coming in, so I had to file one. My Temu addiction needs to be addressed. We might need an intervention, guys. All right, so we're going to put this on. And just add it on where we want it. And then ink this. I don't know if this is going on here, but I want to see, so we're going to ink it up just in case. Nope. No. Don't like it. No, don't like that either. Here. Over here. Gotta find the one I want. There it is. Okay, got it. I know. I love tearing stuff. I'll call you the next time I make chiffon. Because that's just tearing fabric. Okay, maybe this guy is the one I'm looking for. Oh, I like that. Yeah, that's good. Okay, I like that one. Not those two. It needs something. It does. It needs something. I don't know what it needs. We're looking. No. No. Definitely not. She looks like an old school mom who's pissed off. How about no? That's cool, but I don't think so. We'll look. We'll keep looking. Mechanical bunny? No. Not a world globe. I'm going to put these all back away. I bet you anything. A bird. No. I like that. That's it. But it's not the one I want. Okay. Hold on. Let me put these away. And then I'm going to look for something really quick. I like this idea, but I don't like the color. Okay. So this is where we're going to talk about the benefits of Dollar Tree stickers. Yes, because this is from the Dollar Tree. Look, Dollar Tree. What are these? Steampunk looking hot air balloons, right? All right, so we're going to use this because I like it. I don't know why. I just like this particular piece. Does it have really any purpose? No. That's the point here, guys. Nothing has to have a purpose other than I like it, you know? All right, so we're going to do this. And this guy's going right here. Yes, it's hanging over a little bit. It's okay. So we're going to glue the freaking thing down anyway, right? Right. Okay. Now, it's this guy right here. This is the one. And it's a little bit puffy, so it has a little bit of dimension to it. So we're just going to add a little extra glue. Why? Because we don't trust stickers. Yeah. No. Don't ever trust a sticker. All right, now we're going to put this sucker on here. It's going to give us a little bit of shine, a little bit of sheen, a little dimension. Ta-da! That is a great idea. Fantastic idea, Arlene. If I did that, I probably wouldn't end up buying the same freaking embossing folder 3 times because I've done that. I have done that. By the way, you know, I bought that set of stamps off of Temu, and I was like, oh, I can't believe I got this set of stamps. They're so cute. I have it. I have it. So that means I'm going to put it in the sale for you guys because I have it. Yeah, because I'm an idiot. I don't know. All right. So that was easy peasy lemon squeezy. Will I use these again in here? I don't know. But now that I have used them, I am going to keep them with this set so that in case I do decide I want to use them again, I know where they are. It is what it is, guys. Okay. So yeah, so we used even the tops of those that we cut off, we used them. And I'll do, you know, kind of the same deal with this one. I will find a way of using it to make, you know, or a top or maybe a page turner. Or, I don't know. We'll do something with it. Make a tab out of it. Possible. Like we did this one. This is cool. I like it. It needs a little something though. It needs something right here. I just don't know what it is. I will figure it out. But in the interim, we're going to set it right there. So I can stare at it because it's pretty. Okay. Marie, let's have a conversation. How much do you want to spend on a machine? Let's start with that. How much can you spend on the machine, including shipping? Let's start with that. Give me a number. Hit me with a number, babe. Hit me with a number. You can put it in instant message if you want. You're connected to me on Facebook. Put it in there. I firmly believe that everybody should, you know, have what makes them happy. So let's find out what's going to make you happy. All right, so I printed these out and I printed them on some heavy cardstock. My printer does that. I know that a lot of printers don't, but I found these and I thought they were perfect for this journal. So I went ahead and printed them out so that we can add them as journaling cards. you know, there was one I didn't like, so I didn't cut that one out. So I have 8 of them. So we have 8 of these. Plus we have all of our metal pieces. We still have to figure out what to do with those. And I'm thinking that, like some of these can go on like, some of this type of stuff. Don't get rid of this because we're going to tear more pieces out of it, right? Right. Okay. So we're going to be working on this journal for a couple of weeks, I think. Probably at least 2-3 weeks. And so far, we haven't got a whole lot done. We have 1 flip in our book so far. And I think the reason we're not getting a lot done is because it's not my jam. This is not something that I normally do. I'm very nervous that I'm not doing it honor and justice. So we're going to go slow. So we're going to cover our pages. Those still have to be covered, which means I need to print more full sheets because I only have like 3. So I need to print more full sheets because these need to be full sheet pages. And I'm going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, plus another flip, 12 pieces to cover all of this appropriately. Now, it's not all going to be exactly the same papers, we know this. So, but so far, that's what we've got. It just barely hits. I mean, like, look, there's like this little high point right here. And I think if I take the, move it over, yep, it disappears. So, yeah, Arlene fell in love with her die cutting machine. Seriously. But here's what we say around here. I am your craft genie. Rub me. Seriously. Throw a wish at me. Tell me what we're working with, and I will see what I can find. Okay? I may be able to send you something that's going to work in your budget. Maybe the plates aren't brand new, but I'll guarantee you they're not crap. Because like we've all seen my plates. Look at that. Look at that plate. I have cut with a plate that had a big old crack in it for the longest time. You can go back and watch old videos. And it had a big old crack. And I used it forever until it cracked all the way across. And then I still used that little piece for a long time. My base is broken here, peeled here. Yeah. Look at that. It's mangled on the edge. And this is my personal favorite. Look at that. That is from running it through the machine. It's like the adhesive that holds this on, and it's just pulled right there. So this piece sticks down. Not the greatest. Not the greatest. But it works. And it works very well. And I know how to refurbish these machines. So I go in and I clean them and I refurbish them and make them better. Yes, it's a figure of speech. Please do not try to rub me. But usually if there's something that you want or that you're looking for that you can't find, if you tell me, I will find it somehow, some way. It just drops into my lap. So figure out what you can, what you are willing to, and then send me an instant message or, an email, whatever works. But instant message is probably the best way to get my attention. And I will see what I can do.
Oh, shush.
All right. I think this is going to do it for me today, ladies. Let's see where we're at. We are in the month of February. Saturday is our sale, so I don't know if we're going to be doing mixed media Saturday night. But tomorrow we have a craft with me. I think we're going to be doing, I think we're going to be doing, I found a like half-done project over here that I think we might play with. Where is it? There it is. It's some travel-themed tags, digital freebie kind of thing. So we might do that. We might do, I might do some like cards, but I don't know. I might save that for video. Then we're going to have Friday Night Nuts. I do have a guest host with me Friday night. So it's going to be StreamYard. Then this week, number 3, project number 3 for project number 3 for our Projects of 26 challenge is a free play. You can make any base you want. So it could be a tag, a Rolodex card, an index card, a greeting card, a piece of ephemera, whatever it is. Okay. But you have to use crayons and or oil pastels for it. So gelatos count for this. So, that's your challenge. Also, don't forget, the 21st is the pick a journal deadline. I need to have all of your ideas and your desires by the 21st. And then I will pick, a thing. All right. So we're going to do an urban myth. Let's see. All right, I got a question. As long as it's not political, we're good. Okay. Yeah. All right. This is a crime question. Upon arresting you, the police are obligated to provide you one phone call. Is that true or an urban myth? Upon arresting you, the police are obligated to provide one phone call. Is that true or is it an urban myth? Okay, I see one person put in the answer. I'm going to refresh just to see. All right, 2 people are saying. We're waiting. There's 4 more people watching. Come on, who can do this? Katie, maybe not. She might be driving. Okay, I'm going to put in a line of gobbledygook. All right. Upon arresting you, the police are obligated to provide you with one phone call. That is a myth. In fact, you don't even have the right to an attorney until after you've been brought to court, because you're not charged with any crime. You're just being detained. So technically, no. And that would have been a you and nobody got it. I know. Oh, heck no. Yeah, true. All right. So that's it. That's all we got going on. I have a totally out of character video coming out on Monday for me. It's frilly. Frilly's in the title. No, actually, if you actually read the rights, you don't have a right to an attorney until one is appointed by the judge. And it says that, the right to an attorney, if you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed to you. Nothing can happen until you go to court. And technically, no, they do not have to give you a phone call. That is a misconception. A lot of police departments will give you at least one phone call because they don't want to house you. They want to get you out of their jail. So they want you to call somebody to bail your butt out. But technically, no, under the law, you do not have the right to a phone call until you've been charged officially, and you're not officially charged with a crime until you're held for suspicion, but you're not officially, charged until you go to court. It's a loophole and a technicality, and it's how they make things work. All right, so that's it. That's all I got for right now. I may come back on later to do some more on this. I don't know. We'll see. I still have a whole signature to do that I've got 2 pages done on. Seriously. Like, actually 1.5, let's be honest, because I'm not real happy with one of them. So, you know the theory. Throw more crap at it until it looks right. Yeah. Listen, if you're new here and you haven't done so already, hit the button for me and subscribe. Why not, right? It's not going to hurt. It's not painful. It doesn't cost you anything. It does make me happy, though, when you poke the button. Poke it, poke it, poke it, poke it, poke it. What else? Check out my community tab here on the YouTube channel or going over to my Facebook group. Get yourself a copy of my schedule. It tells you everything that we've got going on. And by the way, Marie, I would like to thank you for joining my Patreon. Appreciate that. I'm going to get your gift out to you very quickly here. What else? Nap time. Yeah, I'm feeling you. Me and Ozzy heading for it. Let's see what else. You know what? If you want to cyber stalk me, just go down to where it says the description and then click on that little more button. And that's going to take you down. It's going to give you my email address, my Instagram, my Facebook, my Patreon, it's all down there. You can cyber stalk me like a pro. I've given you all the tools you need. So until I see you again, stay warm, stay hydrated, and stay well, my friends. I love you guys, and I will see you soon, okay? Bye! I don't have a time for it yet, but it's on a Saturday, and that means Hubbard's working. So I have to figure out what we're doing. But we're going to get it. And I'm hoping Buggy's going to be here because that's going to be my help. So I will figure out a time for it as soon as I can. Right now, I think it's tentatively set for 10 a.m., I think. I'm going to check, okay? Because it's not going to be that early in the day. It'll be like 2 or 3 in the afternoon, okay? I love you guys, and I will see you soon.